Hello and welcome to the 2020 Senate election. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out. We're going to start off in the state of Maine. We're going to be doing by approval ratings and how it would result. So, we're going to start out with Susan Collins of Maine, and Maine is Susan Collins 53 to 38. 53 to 38 is a plus 15 of, oh, sorry about that, that's my recording thing. So that would be considered safe. It's probably not going to be like that. It'll probably be in the lean column or tilt. Let's move into the state of New Hampshire with Senator Jean Sheen. New Hampshire. 51 to 36. That's also a plus 15 approval rating for the Democrat there. We're going to move into the state of Massachusetts with Ed Markey. Massachusetts, Ed Markey has a 49% approval and 25% disapproval, which is a plus 24, so that would be in the safe column. We're going to move into the state of Rhode Island with Jack Reed. Rhode Island. Here. Jack Reed has a 56% approval and a 21% disapproval, which gives him a plus 35. We're going to move now into the state of New Jersey with Senator Cory Booker, which has announced that he is going to run for president. And today, Elizabeth Warren has announced her run. She went from an exploratory campaign to now running. We're doing Cory Booker, yeah. New Jersey. Cory Booker has a 48% approval rating with a 31% disapproval, which is a plus 17 in his favor. Moving down to the state of Delaware with Christopher Coons in the state of Delaware. Christopher Coons, which is a plus 20. Now moving into the state of Michigan with Gary Peters, Michigan. Gary Peters has a 33% approval rating and a 28% disapproval, which is a plus 5. We're going to put that into the lean column. Anything over 5 we'll put into... Actually, no. That actually is in the likely. Anything under 5% is in the lean column. Anything over 5% is in the likely. Now moving into the state of West Virginia with Shelley Capito. West Virginia, it's got to be down here. Shelley Capito, 33% disapproval to 47% approval rating is a plus 14, putting it in the likely column. Now moving into the state of Virginia with Mark Warner. Mark Warner has a plus 19. That would be considered safe. Moving into the state of North Carolina with Tom Tillis, yeah. Tom Tillis has a plus 3, putting that in the lean column. Moving down to the state of South Carolina with Senator Lindsey Graham. South Carolina. Here. Lindsey Graham has a plus 4% approval rating, putting that in the lean column. Moving down to the state of Georgia with David Perdue. having a 46% approval rating to a 28% disapproval is a plus 18, putting it into the safe column for him. Moving into the state of Kentucky with Mitch McConnell, the Republican Senate Majority Leader. Mitch McConnell has, that's a huge negative. Okay, 33% approval rating to a 52% disapproval, which is a negative 19 for him, putting into the safe Democratic column. Moving down to the state of Tennessee, which has no one there. We're gonna look at who was last. Tennessee. Okay. I could put it under Bob Corker, or I'm going to put it under Bob Corker because he has a closer comparison. So that would be a plus 5. No, wait, this would be, I would say, under Lamar Alexander, which would be a plus 10. I think that would be more realistic. We're going to go down to the state of Alabama with Senator Doug Jones having a plus 13% approval rating to his disapproval rating, which is really interesting. And now moving into Mississippi with Cindy Hyde-Smith. Mississippi, Cindy Hyde-Smith has a 39% approval rating to a 22% disapproval, which is a plus 17. Moving into the state of Illinois with Senator Dick Durbin. Illinois, Dick Durbin has a negative 3% approval rating, so that would put it in the lean column for the Republicans. Moving into the state of Minnesota with Tina Smith. Minnesota. Tina Smith has a 41% approval rating to a 24% disapproval, making it a 17% in her favor, putting into the safe column. Moving into the state of Iowa with Joni Ernst. Joni Ernst has a plus 5%, putting it into the lean column. Moving down to the state of Arkansas with Tom Cotton. Arkansas, Tom Cotton has a plus 18% approval rating, with having 50% approval and 32% disapproval, putting that into the safe column for the Republicans. Moving into the state of Louisiana with Bill Cassidy. Now, Louisiana. Having a 46% approval to a negative 27% disapproval, but making it a safe seat with a plus 19. Moving into the state of South Dakota with Mike Rounds. South Dakota here. Mike Rounds has a 54% approval rating to a 32% disapproval, making it a plus 22% in his favor. Moving into the state of Nebraska with Ben Sasse. Nebraska, 43% approval rating to a 34% disapproval, which would mean he has a plus 9%, making it into the likely column. Moving into the state of Kansas, which we don't have a person running there currently announced. Kansas, both of them are around about a plus 5. We're going to say plus 5, so that would be in the lean column. In the state of Oklahoma now, Jim Inhofe of Oklahoma. Where is Oklahoma? having a plus 1% approval rating. So we're actually going to characterize that also in the lead column. Moving into the state of Texas with John Cornyn. Oh, why am I scrolling up? Texas. Oh, stop. John Cornyn has a 42% approval rating to a 27% disapproval, which means he has a positive 15%, making it in the safe column. Moving into the state of Montana with Steve Daines. Montana, Steve Daines, having a plus 7 with 42% approval to a 35% disapproval, making that the likely column. Moving into the state of Wyoming now with Mike Enzi. Wyoming. Mike Enzi, 49% approval rating to a 26% disapproval, which means he would have a plus 23%, making it the safe column. Moving into the state of Colorado with Cory Gardner. Cory Gardner with a plus 2% approval rating, 39% approval to a 37% disapproval, making it into the lean column for the Republicans. Going into the state of New Mexico with Tom Udall. New Mexico. Having a 47% approval rating to a 32% disapproval, which means he has a plus 15% approval rating, which would make it into the safe column. Now moving into the state of Idaho with Jim Risch. Idaho. 46% approval to a 30% disapproval, meaning he has a plus 16%, making it the safe column. Moving into the state of Arizona with Martha McSally, which is John McCain's seat, having a plus 1 disapproval with 40% approval to a 45% disapproval. So that means it would be in the lean column for the Democrats. Moving into the state of Oregon with Jeff Merkley. Jeff Merkley has a 46% approval rating to a 29% disapproval rating, which would mean he would have a plus 17%, so that would be in the safe column. Now moving into the state of Alaska with Dan Sullivan. Dan Sullivan has a 42% approval rating to a 35% disapproval, making it into the likely column. Ending off with 48 Democrats in the Senate to a 52 Republicans, 9 in the safe, 5 in the likely, 7 in the lean, and for the Democrats, 10 in the safe, 2 in the likely, and 1 in the lean. This would be a very interesting Senate if this was the case, with Illinois going to the Republicans, Kentucky going to the Democrats, and the margins are very interesting as well. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the bell button to get notified when there's new videos coming out. If you have any suggestions or have any questions about the video, just put it down in the comment section. I used morningconsultant.com as my source of approval ratings of these senators. Bye.